How's it going, everybody? This is Novakast back with another video for you guys, and we do another episode by episode review of another show. This one, as I'm recording this, or at least as soon as this gets uploaded, to an extent, this is a brand new show, and it is based on one of the particular campaigns of the players of Critical Role. Now, for those who don't know, I guess to an extent, Critical Role does D&D sessions for Twitch as well as YouTube, or at least uploading them to YouTube. But the basic premise is you have several voice actors that come together, play D&D, have fun, just to an extent get involved deeply into their characters and just have a grand old time. And to an extent has become very popular among a lot of people in D&D, as well as streaming and so on. And it was to everybody, at least to everybody's excitement, to find out that there was going to be a TV show. And to an extent, Vox Machina is probably one of their favorite, or at least, if anything, the more popular campaigns that this group has done. So to an extent, it was really exciting to hear that Vox Machina was getting a TV show. Maybe down the line we'll get more of the campaigns for shows, but for now we got Vox Machina. And I'm not gonna lie, in recent months I actually recently started listening to the campaigns, and they're a lot of fun to listen to, especially when they're playing the game, and each of them kind of voicing their characters and so on. And this, honestly, it's a good start. Now, one thing I gotta gripe about, which unfortunately it for me it's a little bit biased, but to an extent, is since I've seen a couple of other animated shows do this, I kind of wish they would have done it too. Each episode is close to 30 minutes long. And I'm going to be honest, it would be nice to get that extra 15, maybe extra 30 minutes, but that's the way they're doing it, so I kind of feel like, you give us a little bit more. That's all I ask. But anyway, for the first particular episode, we start off with actually something really funny, where they're talking about how there's this massive threat and they need heroes, and we see a group of random heroes, each of them getting slaughtered in a very gruesome way. And honestly, it was probably the funniest scene, especially with the narrator going, "Oh, okay, well that's something." It was great. And to top it off, I always have a quick laugh of excitement when I find out that we get the acting or voice acting chops of somebody like David Tennant showing up. And I'm not just listen to his voice, especially with, and it's not just because he's in Doctor Who. He does a lot of great work, but to an extent, when you hear his voice, you immediately know it's David fucking Tennant. You immediately know. But anyways, he plays a general in this, which is great. So, to an extent, they have this threat, and they need heroes. Unfortunately, almost every single mercenary band that they have come across or have hired have all been killed. So, who do they call? Or at least, who they don't call, because the group ends up finding the ad anyways? Vox Machina. To an extent, we see a little bit of their background, where, I guess, to a greater extent, they're kind of struggling on jobs. They've been kicked out of every tavern, every bar that they've been in, because to an extent they keep causing bar fights, which to an extent I can see why people would be irritated with them about that. But they find the ad for mercenaries and proceed to follow up. They do get hired on with the promise of a ton of gold, and proceed to go to where they need to go to find out what kind of creature they're supposed to face. And it's kind of set up as a mystery at first. We do, by the way, we also get a really cool song and dance from Scanlan, one of the characters, or one of the members of the campaign group, discussing or kind of going through roll call through song what each character is and what they're capable of. It's great. It's just truly amazing. They do reach a town to try to get information, not only finding out that apparently not only is this thing big, but apparently can fly. And to an extent, they go to where apparently the creature flew. And to a certain degree, they do find it. And not only is it big, but it's a freaking dragon. And to even greater extent, they try to fight this thing and just they are getting their butts or their asses kicked, like just royally their asses kicked. So inevitably they do end up, after this dragon proceeding to try to crush them under a mountain or a cliffside, one of the members, I think her name was Talef. I might have fucked this up and I do apologize. There's one particular member that's able to use or control plants and animals. She's able to create a structure to keep them safe from the crumbling rubble. And at first they're like, fuck this, we don't want to fight the dragon because it's a fucking dragon. But immediately change their minds when it's uncovered that after the battle, the said dragon basically destroyed the village that they visited. So now they're pumped to take down this dragon. Now, going further, there's also a situation where two of the characters, who I can remember their names on the top of my head because they're really short, Vex and Vax, who are siblings, mention the fact that apparently for Vex, if I screw it up, I do apologize. Vex apparently can feel when a dragon is near, and to an extent, while they were in the council room or the palace where they were getting the job, she felt the same feeling that she did whenever she is near a dragon. So the question is also brought up is somebody in cahoots with the dragon? Me personally, I think it's the creepy worm tongue guy that I think, though I kind of feel like that might also be a bait and switch. There's one guy that obviously looks like a fucking villain, but to a degree, I kind of feel like that might be a bait and switch, where he's not actually the villain, it's somebody else. But regardless, it could work either way. My bet's on the creepy guy. But either way, all in all, the besides it being short, the episode was really great. The bar fight near the very beginning was really awesome. I was laughing almost the entire time. The comedy is great. Each character has their own quirks, and they're just hilarious for it. So, looking forward to watching more. But for now, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below. As well as checking our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.